Hey guys, what's up? This is Doctorian, and today we're gonna take a look at the first class guide for Warlords of Dreanor 6.0.3, the Guardian Druid. And why the Guardian Druid? Because it's my main char. This is going to be my main for Warlords of Dreanor, and since raiding has begun this week, I thought it would be appropriate to make a video to show you guys what's up with the Guardian Druid. Today I just finished raiding. We raided for 1.5 hours since people had some internet problems, and it's the first raid on the expansion, so things took longer. We started at 9 o'clock, finished at 22:30, killed the first 2 bosses. I'm a happy camper, so it's all good. And I've been in action with this Guardian Druid, tanking the first 3 bosses, so I'm really happy. I was really being a little bit worried since Guardian Druids are a little bit underpowered. I felt in dungeons like sometimes I was a little bit squishy compared to other tanks, but I did very well, and I'm kinda happy, to be honest. I had no problems tanking. I was not squishy than the Death Knight tank, at least not in my opinions. Sorry, I did not get any complaints from my healers, and I was very happy with the result. So let's dive into it. Step priorities, here we go. Stamina, you should always have enough stamina to survive boss encounters and deal with boss mechanics. So what does it mean? It basically means we should not gem for it or whatever. The stamina on our gear is basically enough. Normally that's enough. If you feel a little bit squishy, if you feel like I'm in need of some extra HP, sorry again, you should pick up some stamina trinket, because you should have enough HP to deal with stuff. If you're dropping very fast, very low or whatever, your HP is a problem, then pick up a stamina trinket. I did because progress just started, and I thought it would be a good thing to have some extra stamina, so that's why I picked this one up. If you have enough stamina, then you should go for bonus armor. Bonus armor, I have 468 of it right now. Total armor physical damage reduction is 48.18% and increases my attack power by 468. So every point of bonus armor increases my attack power. It's nice. But the reason I want this is because the physical damage reduction, that's what we are after as tanks, and that's why bonus armor is next to stamina a primary stat basically. If you have bonus armor, basically after stamina, number 1. The second one we want is mastery. When you are hit by a physical attack, you gain a physical absorb shield with the equal amount. So in my gear right now I have 22.90% mastery. So right now, when you are hit by a physical attack, you gain a physical absorb shield of equal to 22.9% of that hit's damage. Attacks with this effect can fully or partially absorb cannot trigger primal tenacity, and also increases attack power by 15%. That's fine. It's not the attack power we want. What does this do? The amount of mastery you have, the percentage of mastery you have, will absorb the damage from an attack. Right now, if a boss hits me with a melee attack, I'm absorbing 22.9% of that attack. If I have 50% mastery, I'm absorbing 50% of that melee attack, so I'm taking 50% less damage. Right now I'm taking 22.9% less damage. So that's what we want mastery so much as well. After that, after the mastery, we go over to versatility is our next stat. Increases damage and healing done by the amount of versatility you have. In my case 5.0.3%. And decreases damage taken by 2.52%. So every percentage of mastery increases your damage and healing done, and half of the percentage you have will decrease your damage taken. So it's a pretty good stat. It's okay. Next up is multi-strike. Sorry, multi-strike. Right now I have 4.36% chance for multi-strike, grants 40.36 chances to deliver an extra attack or heal for 30% of your normal value. We want not more than 10% raid buff of multi-strike, and a warlock or rogue gives you 5%. So basically you need 5% multi-strike. I'm at 4.36, so I need a little bit more, but hey, just started gearing, so. But what does it do? When for example, when I do a mangle, my character will do a second mangle automatically on the same time. and that mangle does 30% of the damage of the original mangle. You won't see it. It's not like you get an instant global cooldown or whatever of that mangle gets off global cooldown and you can spam it again. No, you get 2 attacks for the price of 1 basically, but it does only 30% damage of the original one. And you don't need more than 10% of it, so keep it rate buffed, so keep it till 5%, assuming that you have someone who's buffing multi-strike in your raid. Our last 2 stats are haste and crit. Haste is number 6 right now on the list, increases attack speed, spellcasting speed and energy regeneration, and crit is our final stat, chance for an extra effectiveness on attacks and heals. So 7 different stats. What is now really important? What do you need to look out for as a Guardian Druid? Bonus armor, mastery. That you will get 10% multi-strike in a raid is nice. But if you find an item with a, let's say with haste and crit, let's say with versatility and crit, and you found one with mastery and versatility of mastery and crit, pick up the mastery. Same with bonus armor. If you find something with haste and versatility and you find something with haste and bonus armor, you pick up the bonus armor one. Go for mastery and bonus armor. Both bonus armor is number 1, mastery a really close second. Make sure you have that as much on your tanking gear as possible. Versatility after that. And then other stuff can come in. Multi-strike is nice if you have the 10%. But bonus armor and mastery are the 2 main sets basically for a Guardian Druid. Talents, level 15. Basically feline swiftness and wild charge are the 2 to go to. Right now I'm running with feline swiftness, and that's because I was doing progress on Tactus, and Tactus has a lot of moving around. You have to stay out of a lot of stuff, there's a lot of going on, and right there the moving speed really helps you out. It's really nice. But let's say on Butcher I like wild charge. And why did I like wild charge? When he knocked me back before he did his jump thing, I could, before he does his bounce ability, he knocked me back, I could charge straight back to him, and when he did his bounce ability and came back, I was in position, ready for him, waiting there, having him straight up in that position and not having to walk all the way back for getting him out of, needed to put him back into his position. No, I was already there. So when you need to pick up things straight away, and pick up a boss or pick up ads straight away, you need to be there fast. Wild charge is the one to go to. If you need to move a lot, stay out a lot of shit, and there's a lot of movement during a boss fight, feline swiftness is definitely one to go. Level 30, use Serious Gift and Renewal. I know according to some websites saying it's Serious Gift, mathematically saying like that's the one you should pick. It does mathematically the most amount of healing. I'm sure of it does, but in Serious Gift heals you for 2% of your maximum health every 5 seconds. If you have full health, a random nearby injured ally will be healed instead. 2% is a little bit low for my feeling for how I think about it. If it was 4 or 5%, I would definitely pick this one up. But 2%, in my opinion, it went kinda slow. I tried both out in the raid, but I liked Renewal better in my opinion. Instantly heals the druid for 22% of their maximum health, usable in all shapeshift forms. Right now we're doing progress, so I will be dropping low on the HP, but I'd rather have that "oh shit, I need to heal right now" button. I'm dropping low, I'm dropping to 50% or 40% HP, or even lower, and I'm like, damn, I need to heal. Bam, Renewal, getting 22% of that HP back is very nice, and I thought it would be, in my opinion, is more beneficial than the Serious Gift. If you want to hang on what websites like Icy Veins stuff are saying, I love Icy Veins, don't get me wrong. But they're saying it's Serious Gift. I checked out from other sites who are saying the same as well. I like Renewal better. When I'm tanking, I found out this was my one to go to. I think it's more beneficial. I think as a tank you benefit the best from Renewal. Pick whatever you like, okay guys? But yeah, that's my opinion. Level 45. Pick whatever you like again. Furious Sworn, Mass and Typhoon. I like Typhoon to knock stuff back, so that's why I have it. It's also Mass Interrupt. If you need to interrupt a lot of stuff at the same time, you can knock them back. Level 16, Soul of the Forest. is the one to go to for pure straight up survivability. Solve the Forest. Mangle generates 5 more rage and deals 15% more damage. The damage is nice, but the rage is what we want. More rage means we can spend that at Savage Defense or Frenzied Regeneration. So more rage equals more survivability. DPS wise though, Incarnation Son of Ursak. An improved bear form that reduces the cooldown on all melee damage abilities and crawl to 1.5 seconds, last 30 seconds. Basically, when you pop this baby, when you choose it and you use it, you can spam Mangle away for 30 seconds and do a shit ton of damage. And on a boss like the Butcher, if your guild has problems with that, if you're really close on the timer, or if you run into other boss fights where DPS is a must, you could pick up Incarnation Son of Ursak. However, survivability wise, Solve the Forest is definitely the one to go to. Level 75 again, stuns, interrupts on whatever, pick whatever you like, okay? Just what is your preference. Level 90, in my opinion, Dream of Scenarios. No questions asked. Increase healing from Healing Touch by 20%. Increases the critical strike chance of Mangle by 10%. And your Mangle critical strikes have a 40% chance to make your next Healing Touch or Rebirth instant, free and castable in all forms, and to benefit from attack power instead of spell power. Now this is interesting. So when my Mangle crits, and it has a 10% extra crit, I have a 40% chance I will get a Healing Touch. I can cast that Healing Touch on myself. I don't need to target anything or anyone, just click it or keep on it like I have, and then when you use it, you will heal yourself. Currently, right now, don't have a Mark of the Wild buff. Let me put it up. Right now, I will heal myself for 19k. 19k heal is pretty good heal. It's free, instant, and I can cast it in my bear form, and it scales with attack power. So the better my gear, the more bonus armor I get, and the more my gear scales up, the more agility I have, it will heal more, heal for more. So that's pretty awesome. So it's a decent amount of self-healing. I really like it. Also, when you need to battle rush, you should not be as a tank, to be honest, but when you really need to battle rush as a Guardian Druid, and you have the proc, you can also cast Rebirth without going out of bear form. So you can rebirth somebody in bear form, which is pretty awesome as well. Level 100, the latest math shows Pulverize, and we'll get to that in a sec. We have here a Guardian of Loon. Savage Defense now lasts 3 seconds and increases your chance to dodge by 100. It sounds really cool, but additional, the recharge time of Savage Defense is now reduced by your base dodge chance percentage. And that's what the problem is. It takes too long to regen again. So it takes too long to get your Savage Defense back. Bristling Fur. You bristle your fur, reducing all damage taken by 40% for 3 seconds. And 40% less damage taken is a lot, I will grant you guys that. But it's only for 3 seconds. And that's a very short time window. If this was 6 seconds or 12 seconds, this might be one to go for. But right now, Pulverize is better. And the reason, therefore, and let me explain what Pulverize is. A devastating blow that consumes 3 stacks of your Lacerate on the target to deal 16.8k to 18.5k in my damage. So the more gear, the higher the damage. And reduce damage taken by 15% for 12 seconds. And that's the reason why we want it. If we use Lacerate 3 times on a target, we can use a Pulverize, and then we get 15% less damage for 12 seconds. And since 12 seconds is a decent amount of time, we can have 3 stacks of Lacerate back before this buff runs out. So if you're playing your rotation right, you can have that 15% less damage taken up for the entire boss fight, no problem. And that's why Pulverize is so strong. Glyphs. Glyphs of Rebirth is one you can go for if you are one who is battle rushing now and then. The other way I like is the Phase Silence instead of the Rebirth. If you're not battle rushing, if you have druids or whatever warlocks in your raid enough and you're not battle rushing ever since you're a tank, the Phase Silence is one I like since it silences the target. And in a dungeon, when you use this on a mob, the mob will come to you since he can't cast for 3 seconds. For raiding, however, on a boss fight, I think Rebirth will be better. The other one is Glaive of Stampeding Roar, increases the radius of Stampeding Roar by 30 yards, and you can now cast Stampeding Roar without being in bear form or cat form. Well, we're in bear form anyway, but the extra yards are pretty good for your raid. Glyph of Maul, your Maul ability now hits one additional target for 50% damage. That's basically how I run right now. So, that were the talents, glyphs, stats. Now we have the gemming and enchanting. Basically, gemming, you should go for mastery. If you have gem slots, let me look them up. I have here one in my chest, in my neck. If you have them, put some mastery gems in there, since there are no bonus armor gems, but mastery there is, so put them in. Enchants, basically the same. Mastery all the way. Mastery on your neck, mastery on your rings. I just got this ring, I still need to get it enchanted, but put that mastery on there, because mastery is the stat you can enchant, so it's mastery all the way. The reason I don't have the expensive enchants, the 75 on the neck and the 75 on the rings, with the movement speed. Oh yeah, the cloak needs mastery as well. If you can afford it, you should go for the mastery with run speed increase, of the mastery with speed increase, and that's the same with the neck and the rings. Get the highest enchant you get. The reason I don't have it, well, the reason I don't have an enchanted this one, I just got it, need to get it enchanted. The reason I don't have the high enchant is because I'm going around for 5k right now each. That means I'm 20k down on 4 items. And the weapon enchant's going for 10 to 15k, so that means 30 to 35k gold gone for 5 items. That's kind of much right now, so I'm waiting for the price to drop. And since these the gear which I'm going to replace, the blue items are going to be replaced pretty fast, I'm going to I put some lesser enchants on that, but get the 75 mastery and run for speed increase if you need them and if you can afford them, or if you're an enchanter. Weapon enchant, I don't have that as well, since it's going for 10 to 15k, and since this weapon has haste and versatility and I want bonus and mastery, bonus armor or mastery, I don't have it. I want to have a quick talk about the weapon enchant, because there are two. We have the Mark of the Black Rock, permanently enchants a melee weapon to sometimes increase bonus armor by 500 for 12 seconds, but effect can only occur when you are below 50% health. So that's what I would not recommend using. The enchant you should use, and let me look it up here for a moment, is the enchant of the Bleeding Hollow. Permanently enchants a melee weapon to sometimes increase mastery by 500 for 12 seconds. And since that mastery can proc the entire fight instead of the Mark of Blackrock, which can only occur when you are below 50% health, the mastery weapon enchant is better. So and weapon enchant Mark of the Bleeding Hollow, you should definitely get that one instead of the Mark of the Blackrock. But there's still 15k on this server on the Action House, so since this stuff is kind of bad right now, I'm gonna wait till I get a better weapon and then put it on, since I'm not an enchanter myself. So now we had everything stats wise, so how do we play this baby? It's not kind of hard. Mangle, we want to use that on cooldown. Thrash once every 16 seconds. Why? Because Thrash doesn't bleed on the target, and every 1 second that bleed does damage. Every 1 second that bleed does damage, we get rage. That's why we want it. Mangle on cooldown. Put Thrash up. Put 3 lacerates up and use Pulverize and refresh Pulverize when it's about to run out. Savage Defense, use that basically on a cooldown rotation. You got 2 charges, so 1 at a time. Keep an eye on the timer. The Mole, when the Tooth and Claw, when you get a Tooth and Claw proc, then you use Mole, because for that, those moments you have the Tooth and Claw proc, and when it's on your target, the bleed, you will do the target will do less damage with his auto attacks. That's basically how you roll. The cooldowns we have right now is Survival Instincts, reduces all damage taken by 50% for 6 seconds, maximum 2 charges, 2 minutes recharge, that's your cooldown. Bar skin, the druid skin becomes toughest bark, reducing all damage taken by 20% for 12 seconds, that's a long time. Well protected damaging attacks will not cause spellcasting delays, that's kinda nice. You can use this whatever, when you're stunned, feared, charmed, sleep, whatever. And Renewal is the one I chose to. If you pick it up as well, it's one of your cooldowns. So, how do we play it? Well, if you got charge, you can charge in. You could use Berserk, but I'm not always doing that. It depends on the situation. It's kind of nice for threat. You can use Berserk and just spam away that Mangle. But get Savage Defense up, get Thrash up, I got them all proc, my Healing Touch is there to proc, and right now, hey, Mangle is off cooldown, I'm gonna use it. Mangle. I got Mangle now for a little while, I'm gonna use Savage Defense again, and now I'm gonna, there it is, Pulverize, there it's the buff. I got another Maul proc, and this is basically how you roll. Savage Defense, there is the Mangle again, my Pulverize is almost running out, need one more, it's out, gonna refresh it, Savage Defense is back up, and this is how I roll. I got the Mole proc, I'm gonna refresh it again. I got some time left, hey, my Thrash needs to be up, my Mole can be refreshed, my Savage Defense can be up. There we go, guys. My Pulverize was gone, and this is how you run with a Guardian Druid. Really easy, nothing, it's not really difficult, it's just a nice flow to it. It's all good. Get that Mangle going. And there you go, guys, the Guardian Druid for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like my videos, please give it a thumbs up or subscribe to my channel, I would really appreciate that. And there are some more guides coming up. The Monkey guide is going to come out pretty soon. The Resto Druid, of course. The Mage guide is going to be out pretty soon as well. I'm leveling a Warrior right now to get the Warrior done also. So I'm working to get as many guides out as you can. I hope you guys had a great time raiding. I hope you enjoyed this week. If you didn't raid already, I hope you're gonna enjoy the raids as much as I did. I really loved it. And have a good time, guys. Enjoy the game, enjoy the expansion, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.